Hello and welcome again. I'm your host, Stephen Hernandez. This is Nonprofit Fundamentals, and this is part 3, the end cap to the trilogy of fund development. So again, I may be getting some hate online right now from some of those folks in the nonprofit nation, trademark, but I encourage you to listen very carefully and try this. So many people, they focus 90%, 99% of their fund development time on writing the narrative. Because they really think, and then when I get asked as a nonprofit consultant, can you write a good narrative? What's your writing skills? Don't get me wrong, that's important. Many funders want you to tell them a story. They want to be swept away by the power of your words. But believe me when I say, doing what I suggested in video 1 and 2, if you do that first, that will make writing the narrative easier. Funders want to make sure your plan makes sense. They want to make sure that the money they're investing in you makes sense. If your narrative is page after page of towering, flowery, philosophical, amazing, bringing you to your knees, inducing you to weep language, that is fantastic. But if your budget is a hot mess, if your work plan is nonsensical, spoiler alert, you are not going to get funded. So, what is not to say I don't like narrative, I don't care about them, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that narrative should be very clear. And this, more than anything, is the most important lesson I can give to you. In terms of narrative, what you're trying to do is explain to someone who you have to assume doesn't know who your organization is, may be confused as to your service, its value, or may even be hostile to that. So they don't know why your work is so important. And that's one of the big first hurdles I encourage you to get over. You have to explain to them why this is important. Why should I care about this? So as you're writing your narrative, think about that one thought over and over again. Why should I care about this? Why does this matter? It may be self-evident to you. It may be something that's so clear to your mind, which is what gets you up in the morning and which helps you do what you want to do. But for those who you're asking money for, they may not know. So tell them. Lay it out for them. Explain to them very clearly. This organization, this service, this person, this thing is so important. This mission is changing lives, and here's how. And you have to explain how it is in a clear way, in a succinct way that's tied with a clear execution of a base work plan and a budget that makes sense. I'm not here to tell you that will get you funded every time, not even half the time, but it will greatly increase the chances for you getting funded if you are able to explain to a funder, this matters because this. This makes sense to you because of this. You can't assume that they will know that. You have to tell them. If you tie that in with a budget that makes sense and a work plan that's logical and based in reality, you will have a much greater chance of getting funded. I hope that's helpful to you. Please let me know what are your best practices in terms of writing a narrative. What are some cons and suggestions that you have for others who are working on this, trying to raise that money for their organization? Comment below, share this video, and as always, I look forward to your comments, suggestions, and questions. Thank you so much, and take care.